Well, I'm live. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are, taking a cue from the Anna and Maya show.
I'm live.
Oh, and I'm repeating myself.
Good evening, good morning, wherever you are, taking a cue from Anna.
Yes, turn that off. And let's just check if there's anybody there. Two waiting, it says. Are you waiting? Whoever the second person is. If it's Ellen, hello, Ellen. If you've tuned in, say hello, say something. Let me know you're there. Oh, who's that? Who's pinging me now? Hang on. Hedge Hayden. Yes, former guest. Hey, Ellen. Hi. So you had a delicious meal last night with Shinichi and Lawrence. I should explain to those of you who have joined. Perk, hello, Perk. Yes. I went to Amsterdam yesterday, and say hello to Ellen, Perk. Ellen was one of the people who was also there in Amsterdam. You may have seen her if you watched Shinichi's live stream, and we had a rather wonderful time, actually. Very warm in the pub that we were in. Nice meeting you too, Ellen. Yes, it was. Excuse me, I'm just going to have a sip of wine just to smooth things along. My computer is running slowly. I appear to be sort of moving rather sort of awkwardly on the. It's not me. It's my computer that's causing slight jittery movements. Yes, we're in one of the oldest pubs. Hey, Nosh. You're literally holding your eyes open. Well, thank you, Nosh. That is good. A sellotape, matchsticks, anything will do just to watch the Simon NoChaNoma channel. Ellen. Yes, yes. It was the oldest pub in Amsterdam, or one of the oldest wooden buildings in Amsterdam, and very nice. I didn't get any photographs of it, unfortunately. If you Google it, it's called. I'll type it in comments, and then you can see. If you just Google this, literally as Google that, Apien, and you'll see the pub. Lots of old timbers and quite a tiny bar area, and consequently, it got very crowded very quickly. And even though it was quite cold outside, it was very warm inside, and we're all dressed for the cold weather and got rather hot. It was a great visit, actually. I shall be showing sort of clips. Hang on. If I go here, I'll just cause you to feel dizzy. Here is me in the courtyard of Amsterdam Museum. I'd spent basically most of the afternoon when I got there in the cafe of the museum, eating and drinking and keeping warm. Once I got out of the station in Amsterdam, I thought, great, I'm going to get my phone on my gimbal and I'm going to go and make some video footage. And it got out of the station, and the wind was blowing, the rain was coming down, and there were just, you see all those people on the bridge there. If you can imagine that 10 times more, all pouring out of the station. And I kind of lost heart. didn't feel like videoing at that point, and just tried to make my way to somewhere to eat, and I decided that the museum cafe was probably the best because it had got good recommendations. Now that we've had a proper introduction with Shinichi, that I can spend some time, yes, one of my things for my next visit to Japan will probably be to meet up with them. And Shinichi said he was a bit disappointed that we didn't get much time, he and I, to have a talk last night. So hopefully we'll be able to do that again next year. Your brain is working at 20%. Okay. Yes, so I shall be Instagramming my burger from the cafe. It was a rather nice burger. and I had a beer and a burger and then an Irish coffee served by an Irish waiter in Amsterdam, no less. It was the true Dutch weather, yes. Oh, having said that, Alan, now it's quite sunny. I don't know whether it is in Amsterdam, but apparently it was sunny here in Belgium all the time that I was in Amsterdam. So yes, maybe it's just Dutch weather. But what's it like there now? I mean, here it's gloriously sunshine, and I'm inside behind a computer. This seems to be just stuck on me in the. Oh no, there are, yes. I've been talking that long. It's shown all the clips that I deemed fit to see. This is again the courtyard of the museum. Never went into the museum because I'd spent quite a lot of money on my meal and decided I didn't need to spend 15 euros to go around the museum. Yes, you're welcome to tag along. Yes, you're. I mean, you're only up the road, as it were. We should collaborate. Amsterdam is very sunny. Go out and take some photos for your Instagram, and make it look like a really sort of fantastic place to visit. And everybody will go there, and it'll rain. Nosh could rustle up a burger that would put all others to shame. I can imagine. Yes, I mean the best burger that I actually ever had was actually in Brighton in England, and specialist. It was a specialist, not a McDonald's, but a specialist burger place. I went to visit Caffeine Jedi, and we went along to a burger place that she took us to. Very good. So yes, we all met up. Hang on, let's. I shall go to this one, and there we are. There he is. Look, Menicam. Move. Lawrence is a bit. Yeah, there we go. Oh. This is the pub. It was quite crowded. Half of the pub consisted of everybody trying to meet Shinichi. But there's Shinichi in the middle, and his friend Lawrence. This is their last day today. I did send a link for him to watch, but I think they've probably got better things to do in sunny Amsterdam on their last day. I think Lawrence needed to do some last-minute shopping. But yes, I went to this pub. Oh, who was that? I went to this pub before they got there, and got myself a seat at the bar. And it just got warmer and warmer and warmer in the pub. Oh, I am live according to Facebook. So, yes. So we, after about like half an hour in this pub, we decided to move on, and another YouTube friend, Caroline. He is indeed as fabulous in person. He's ebullient is the word. A very ebullient and charming and pleasant chap. Yes. And I think I have video of him holding forth in the second pub. He doesn't actually have a YouTube channel. We've persuaded him, I think, to try and create a YouTube channel. I think he would do very well. I mean, if only half of the subscribers of Shinichi switched over to Lawrence, he would be able to earn money on YouTube. Yes, and they'd spent the day with some other YouTubers, some Dutch YouTubers, Stuffer, I think they're called. I think you were watching Nosh, and they posted that they were on Shinichi's live stream. Yes, they're nice chaps as well. I've subscribed to their channel, and I don't know if there were quite a few people with YouTube accounts there who are visiting Shinichi, but who don't actually create content. So I like to say Yu Ying and Sana, if you're watching, and everybody else that was there, whose names, sorry, I can't remember. The Weird Panda channel. The Italian couple. Yes, with where they don't appear, they're just their hands just appear and they make food and stuff. Yeah. Yes, but I mean, starting a YouTube channel. I mean, it, it requires a certain amount of um, consistency. Looking at the man from San Francisco, waiting for his next video. You know how it goes. Is that a real TV? It is a real TV in the background in a museum in Fukui, Ellen. This is actually what is in the background, sort of my spare room. This is a green screen, but that television is a original 1960s television in a museum room in Fukui. Non tutti I panda mangiano bambù. Yeah, not all pandas eat bamboo, which is an odd name for a food channel. Not all Englishmen drink wine. I should call. That's enough of me. I think I have other pictures. Where do I go? Playlist. Did I end up? No, playlist. Okay, but there we go. There it was another. I did get a bit of sun yesterday. It like peeked through the clouds and gave me some rather. No, not. I do sometimes occasionally go downstairs. I carry all this like desktop computer and webcam and microphone and goodness knows what. I take it all downstairs into my real living room. Just when I'm feeling in the mood to do that, because it's a bit of a faff to take it all down there. So this is Amsterdam, very typical with these Dutch gables, as they're called, and quite a lot of them, because it all became very prosperous in a very short period of time, and everybody built in that style, and then it ran out of prosperity, and which is why quite often, like Bruges did, gets very prosperous for a couple of 100 years, and then due to wars and such like, the economy collapses, and all the buildings get preserved. So there you go. If you want to preserve civilization and have really nice places to visit in the future, your economy has to collapse. I'm afraid. So yes, Amsterdam. I will be trying to cobble together a little video of it. As I said, I didn't. There weren't that many places that I took shots of, because I was just surprised how crowded it was. I thought, Saturday in November, all right, 3-day weekend here in Belgium because of Armistice Day on Monday, and probably in Holland too. But I don't think that's quite why the crowds of young people were mooching around in Amsterdam. Hey, Tomo, this is Nosh. You know Nosh and Perk, and new guest here is Otnel Ellen. She was in a live stream yesterday from Shinichi in Amsterdam with me, and we were in the pub. Ellen, this is Tomo. Tomo lives in Shikoku. Hey, pizzas are on.
Pizzas are on.
Yeah, that's my son. Has just emerged from his bed. I shall be shortly being served pizza by one or two of my sons. I have it all organised. Normally, I do this on a Saturday, so. Where was I? Yes, Amsterdam. Yes, lots of crowds of just young people, and I think it was the wafts of marijuana everywhere. Everywhere you went, it was just, oh, I recognise that smell. Having said that, 30 years ago, I was one of those young people, relatively speaking, in my 20s, wandering about in Amsterdam. Went together with a friend from the museum I worked at in England, and we were visiting a Dutch girl who had come to work as a volunteer at our museum, and she'd said, "Oh, you must come to Holland and meet up with me." And she lived near The Hague, but we went on a day trip to Amsterdam. No, I actually drove to Amsterdam, I think, which was quite brave of me because I'd only just passed my license. And Amsterdam, Holland, free and sort of liberal and progressive, marijuana and everything. And so we went, yay! And this Dutch girl wanted to prove that that Holland was so sort of advanced and free thinking. So what did we do? Go to Amsterdam. First thing we do, we go to the Sex Museum. And she was shocked. I mean, she took us there. She said, "Let's go and see this. Look how free and independent and progressive." And she was like, "Oh." Yeah, smoking it is, and I think you can eat it as well in brownies and stuff. But I mean, Shinichi had some, and he said he felt quite he enjoyed it. I mean, I've had it years and years ago. I think I remember once it wasn't legal back then. It still isn't legal, I don't think. We were a group of us were in an old railway station, I think it was, and passing the joint round, and they all laughed because after a few, I just fell off. We were sitting on bales of hay for some reason. Don't know why. There were bales of hay in an old railway station. It's countryside. Anyway, I just fell off my bale of hay after smoking my joint. You've never tried it on now? Well, I mean, makes you feel slightly dizzy and relaxed. It's doesn't give you a headache like alcohol does. There are other things that people have been use it for medical reasons as well. Does other things. But I mean, you can, if you've managed 40 years without it, it's that tells you something about it. It's you can take it or leave it. Really, there are people who yeah, weed, yeah, great, cool, and but yeah. Anyway, yeah. So crowds and crowds of these people, and I just thought, oh dear, I'm not going to get any. I have clips. I'll go to my clips. Where are my clips? I've got my clips playing here. There we go. Ooh. There we go. This is what Amsterdam looked like yesterday. Sort of grey and cold. I was all right. I had about 4 layers on, which is why I was like melting in the pub. But outside, it was handy. Yes, here we go again. The what did I have? Where's my playlists? Hang on. Click here, click there. Click. Did I have another? No, is that all I had? Oh, it's just these again. I thought I had another one. No, let's go back here. I'm trying to think what I had. Yes, but there will be hopefully a video coming out of it. So Nosh is not only teetotal, but doesn't do dope. Is the healthiest guy in the chat. But I was on a mission also in Amsterdam. I've been to Antwerp, I've been to Brussels, I've been to Bruges, and in all these places, and Ghent, and I was looking for writing paper. Can you believe it? Just writing paper. Nice writing paper, not just a piece of A4 that you'd put in a printer, but proper writing paper sized writing paper. And apparently people don't write anymore letters and stuff. It's all texts or emails but I've been to all these sort of historic cities, and I thought, oh, they'll all have nice, quaint shops, and they did have nice, quaint shops that sold stationery things, pens and folders and notebooks and blah blah blah, and paper shops that sold exquisite all kinds of paper, from Japanese papers to specialist papers, blah blah blah, and just an ordinary but good quality writing pad. And every time I ask, oh no, sorry, every historic city that has these cozy kind of shops, and the cozy kind of shop said no, sorry. And apart from one shop in Amsterdam, and I got it, and I got just an ordinary writing pad. I mean, how difficult is it? James, it's called. I'm writing on James. You're back. You've missed not much, Perk. You're all right. Where do I live in Belgium, Ellen? I live in, I'm not going to get stalked or anything. I live in Sint-Niklaas, which is, as I said before, a fairly nondescript town, right in the middle between Antwerp and Ghent. So if you want to pop down, and we could go and hang out and check out Antwerp or Ghent or something, you're welcome. Good writing stuff is hard to find. Yes, I even bought a fountain pen, my very first own personal fountain pen, because I need to write a letter to somebody, and I want to make it nice, which was my mission, and it was successful. That's what I did, actually, after having a rather full lunch with beer and Irish coffee and a burger at the museum in Amsterdam. I decided I would go and find this. So I went to 3 shops. I trailed around. Most of the photographs and videos you see of Amsterdam are the bits in between me going to these shops. I should have actually videoed going into the shops, because shops were rather nice, actually, with very old-fashioned style shops with like floor-to-ceiling stacks of paper and all that kind of stuff. Would have been quite interesting, probably, to some people. But yes, there were quaint shops in quaint little streets. And every quaint little street was a coffee shop with a waft of marijuana coming out of the window. And young chaps in sweatpants and sort of down jackets and hoodies sort of stood there. Get a glass pen the next time you visit Japan. Why? Explain what's special about a glass pen? I'm not quite sure. I mean, my handwriting is not the best at the best of times. I'm going to have to do my absolute best for writing this particular letter, but did you hear marijuana? Oh, Vids of your mom is here. Hello, Vids of your mom. You did hear, I don't know whether marijuana makes a noise, but yes, you did hear marijuana. Amsterdam, marijuana, same thing. Better for practice for a fountain pen. Well, I haven't got time to practice. It's got to be written. I forgot, actually. I should have looked for Christmas cards, because with living in a nondescript town between Antwerp and Ghent, the availability of good quality and pleasant Christmas cards is zero, basically. If it's not Hallmark and cute, then they don't have it. Vaping, yes. Well, that's slightly healthier than with doing it with tobacco. It's similar to a quill, but with even more ink flow. I should probably have to have a reduced flow of ink, just a steady but consistent flow of ink. And I'm left-handed, so I have to be careful not to smudge everything. Wake and bake for your stream. Well, pizzas are in the oven. I don't know whether that counts. So where was I? Yeah, I was in Amsterdam. So this was all happening before the meetup, and I trailed around. I went to the Begijnhof in Amsterdam, which is the Beguinage, which is, as I explained to those who managed to see my Louvain live stream. I went to the Beguinage there. That's it. It's basically where nuns live. It's not a nunnery, but it's and the buildings are often 17th and 16th, 17th and 18th century, and it's all very quiet and peaceful and cut off from the city. And so I went to the one in Amsterdam, and it was quiet and peaceful and cut off from the city for about 2 minutes. And then hordes of tourists came in after me. So the photos and the little bit of video that I got of it give a false impression of a quaint and peaceful section of Amsterdam. Have you been to the Beguinage, Ellen? Must have done, if you've lived there 40 years. I mean, having said that, I was one of the tourists there. So I like global warming. I was a contributing factor. But then, yes, it's nice, isn't it? It's nice. I mean, it's quite different, the Beguinage there to I mean, it's like a little streets in miniature, with like 17th and 18th century buildings, terraced houses. But it's not as extensive as the one in Leuven, or some of the ones I've been to in Belgium. There appear to be only like a couple of streets. You have Italian cheesy bread and Oreo ice cream sandwiches for breakfast. No sweatpants. That's good. Oreo ice cream sandwiches. Is that with cheesy bread? Cheesy bread with, oh dear. Simon, no carbon footprint. Afraid not. I drive a 17-year-old diesel car, and my carbon footprint is fairly large. Yes, Ellen. I mean, Saturdays probably are not the best days to go to. I mean, yes, it's a day. What's it like on a Sunday in Amsterdam? Is it quieter than a Saturday? I mean, I did make the effort to go because of Shinichi was there, but the price it cost to get the train there was rather steep. I mean, it's a one-off opportunity and cheaper than going to Tokyo, which is why I did it. But when I go to Belgian historic cities, I can just pop in the car or get on the train and come back with still a lot of change in my pocket. But Amsterdam was just a little bit pricey. But it would be nice to go there, if it wasn't too busy. And they'd fit. Hello, son.
Do I need to bring the pizzas?
You need to bring the pizzas, please. Yes. Okay.
Which one is it?
Yours is the Hawaii, and Nick's is the. So one piece of yours and and 2 pieces of the tuna one. Okay. Thank you. Yes, we have Hawaii pizza in this house. We are not ashamed. The weekend is not good for anything in Amsterdam. Okay. So I have to sort of, if I do go, I have to go during like a holiday day for me, midweek or something. But I would recommend Amsterdam for those who have not been. But I would also recommend, if you want historic sort of canals and whatnot, Leiden in Holland is quite nice. Hawaiian pizza, yes. Nosh, explain to Tomo what Hawaiian pizza is and why it's an anathema to pizza lovers. Oh, there are vids of him on Pine and corn. No, we don't have corn on it. It's Dr. Utker, like frozen pizza. Anywhere in Amsterdam. Even the outskirts. Pineapple on pizza is a capital offence. So, no, it's not. It's rather tasty. Chocolate pizza is a capital offence. So yes, where were we? Amsterdam and Shinichi. Yes, so I went after trailing around, finding my writing paper, not finding Christmas cards because I gave up, and trying to get shots and not getting too many. I then decided to go to this pub. Very nice it was. Why pizza is why they invented the death penalty. Take that back. Chocolate pizza is amazing. Well, yes, it doesn't drink, doesn't do drugs, but he does chocolate pizza. Okay. Okay. Some of it is good. Yes, some Dr. Utker's. These are the slim pizzas. I'm sorry, this is degenerated into a discussion on pizzas, but yeah. Yes, Dr. Utker. If you go into Albert Heijn, they've probably got it, Ellen. They've got an Albert Heijn here in St. Nicholas, and you can get it there. Just to say you've had it. That's what you need to do, Ellen, is get a chocolate pizza, score some dope, and then just say I did it. There, I'm advocating drugs and chocolate on Simon NoChaNoma. It's terrible. Yes, so back to Shinichi. Yes. So yes, it was quite amazing. I mean, I never expected to meet up with him actually, and he's still not been on my show. But he's quite busy, and so next year, which is only in like 2 months, he will be hopefully free and available, and Satoshi as well to join me on the show. Have I ever tried a deep fries Mars bar? No, Tomo, I'm afraid not. Well, I'm not afraid. Not. I'm glad that I've not tried it. Just the thought of it. Yeah, Dr. Utker. It may not be sort of. I mean, the ones they have here in Albert Heijn and the other supermarkets that have Dr. Utker. We're back to pizzas again. Sorry. There is a chocolate pizza. It's got white chocolate, dark chocolate, and milk chocolate bits all over it on a pizza base. It's disgusting. Deep fried Mars bars would be yum. Well, like I said to Ellen, you have to try these things once. I may try that once. But yes, so it was nice to meet up with him. I'm losing viewers here. The viewers are sort of going, "Oh my god, chocolate pizza," and leaving. Oh, I can hear my pizza is being brought up. I shall show you Hawaii pizza. Thank you. Great. Oh, it's a bit overdone, that one. What happened there? Left it in a bit long. Okay, this is... Thank you. There we are. This is Hawaii pizza, Ellen. Or it's not chocolate pizza. Tomo. Yeah. So it's basically ham and pineapple on a pizza base. Audience, you're perfectly welcome to vape and eat. Those yellow bits, those yellow chunks, that's the pineapple. It's only little bits of pineapple. I was just going to say that, yes, John Travolta and Tom Cruise, they're Scientologists. That's why they aged weirdly. Well, I've now put off 2 more viewers. Down to 4 viewers. So yes, it was rather nice meeting up with Shinichi. Oh, you mean I'm worse than a Scientologist? Agnostic nihilist. Excuse me. With pineapple pizza, you have to drink Saint-Chinian, product of France, 13.5%. It's the only way. So it was actually quite fun to be on. I got more views naturally from being on Shinichi's live stream than like an entire year of my show. Although I have to say I was very good and did not promote my channel too much. And if me Dibble is watching this after the fact, although I sent you a link, I hope you're feeling better. Excuse me. You're welcome to eat and talk amongst yourself. So I may actually go out later because it's so sunny and nice here. Ellen, if you're still there, please go out and do get some photographs. Everyone was nice. And so interesting too. I'm sorry I wasn't able to stay for the meal afterwards. That would have been great. And Caroline buying all those snacks and the drinks for us in that pub, that was fantastic. You're going out after the live stream. Fantastic. Great. I look forward to those on your Instagram. I'm going to pop a few of my photos from yesterday on Instagram after this. But there were plenty of places to eat in Amsterdam. I can recommend it for places to eat. Although I didn't have any of the typical, I think 30 years ago, when they went there for the first time, this Dutch girl, after she'd recovered from the sex museum, she decided to to treat us to various Dutch delicacies. This one is tuna pizza. She decided to treat us to various Dutch delicacies, one of which was maartjes. You know what that is, don't you, Helen? Hollandse maartjes. Or was it pekelharing? I think it was pekelharing. Oh no, it was maartjes, which is basically like young fish pickled in a bun, or not pickled, fresh. I don't know whether is it raw fish? I'm not quite sure whether how it's prepared, but I don't know what it. You're just supposed to sort of pick it up and pop it in. Pick it up and pop it in. Eat it. Luche, Dutch steaks. Is that a euphemism, or is it actually steaks? But maartjes, yeah. So me and my friend had these, and the next day we were violently ill. So yeah, be careful what you eat in Amsterdam. Fish pizza is less than Hawaiian. Tuna on it. I mean, tuna is nice. Pan-fried steaks. My burger yesterday was quite good. I can recommend the the Amsterdam Museum Cafe. No. Right, that's enough wine and pizza. That's my carbs and sugar and fat content for the week. He lied. So yes, we all met up at this second pub that Caroline had taken us to, and luckily for us, they had an upstairs area. Although we went from one extremely crowded pub where we were like half the entire clientele to another pub which was quieter until we all turned up, where suddenly the entire pub was flooded. But luckily they had this upstairs area which they allowed us to go to, and you will see that hopefully in my little video clips. Blowfish pizza. How to eat blowfish and not die. No, I missed that. He did the one with the macaroons. That was, I mean, I think I was asleep. He did that at sort of midnight, and when I got home, just basically I just went to bed. So I missed his live stream. Was that on YouTube, or was that Instagram? I was puzzled how he was able to stream from his channel to YouTube and Instagram simultaneously. It's probably because you have to have X tens of thousands of subscribers to be considered to be able to do that. And so that's not going to happen, folks, on this channel. Macaroons, though, yeah, macaroons are okay, but cake is better. Wine in the afternoon. I'm not used to it. It's all right going on a diet to get into pants, but it means that that you no longer can take the liquor. YouTube. It's like eating air, says Perk about macaroons. Yes, I like a good, solid English cake. So I used to bake those for my son's birthdays, and then take them into work, and they all enjoyed them, mostly because it was. I mean, in typical English Victoria sponge, as they're called. I used to make those, and it's a third of everything, a third of flour, a third of margarine or butter, and a third of sugar. So basically, it's a bowl full of sugar, a bowl full of margarine, a bowl full of flour, and some raising agent, and vanilla essence, and I think 2 eggs, and you beat that all together and chuck it in a cake tin, stick it in the oven, and it comes out as an extremely solid, chewy, heavy, but rather extremely sweet and delicious cake. Yes, we did a live stream with Shinichi. I mean, he did a live stream. Luckily, he's able to still do that, and he did that from this second pub that we went to. I think it's still available. It's still up on his channel, Facebook. I've been recognised. I'm always being recognised as a top fan of this or a top fan of that on Facebook, simply because I go to their pages. And Tom, yes, I shall make a video out of it. What measurements do we use in Britain? Well, I'm in Belgium, but in Britain they still use imperial measurements, like Americans, but slightly different. But also, it's a mishmash that you can. The younger people in Britain use metric, and people my age and my mother's age use imperial measurements. I tend to use metric measurements when I cook or bake, because I can never figure out, because basically the packaging has here metric measurements, and to try and convert that back to imperial measurements is too much like hard work. Everybody in the comments, Warsland Piper is my oldest son. Warsland is the region that we are in Flanders. We're in East Flanders, and the region of East Flanders we're in is Warsland. That's why it's called Warsland Piper. And Pipe is called Piper because he plays the bagpipes, as one does. Rather well. Where was I? Yes, metric baking. A meter of cake. So yes, I use metric when I'm. I'm in accordance with the French Revolution when I bake my cakes. The sane metric world. Bagpipes. Yes, he plays bagpipes. Scottish bagpipes in Belgium. It's a thing. Well, he has 2 houses, with me being divorced. So he practices mostly at his mother's. But he's very good. His brother like drives him around the bend, but well, I have drums there, Perk, which my oldest son, before he played the bagpipes, he actually used to practice drumming and went to drumming classes. He doesn't do it anymore, and they have been loaned to a brother-in-law's son who was in a punk band, and he practiced with them. And I've had them since I was a student, and they just sit there gathering dust. Yes, I mean he does occasionally practice on it on what is called his chanter, which is it's not the full bagpipes, and he occasionally does practice with the bagpipes, but he's very good, and so it doesn't matter too much. I haven't played with drums in ages either. Occasionally, whenever I had one of the drummers of a Japanese band that I'm friends with was on the show, and that's about the only time I actually had drums on the show. I'm losing people. I'm sorry. It's not Drew or Shinichi. It's not the same, Never mind the quality, feel the width. I suppose you should. At this point in the show, I usually say what's happening next week, and in recent times, as has become common, I have no idea. It could be me again in here talking to you, or I could be going out and about risking 4G connections. I mean, this Monday is a holiday day here, and if the weather stays like this, which is quite nice and sunny, I may actually drive out to somewhere and probably make a video rather than do a live stream. It's just awful for people who listen because you're repeating the same thing over and over and over again. You're talking about drumming and not my show. I hope. So yes, Monday I could be going out and getting some video material for my other channel. But next week, I have a friend who's currently at Princeton University, and he's asking around if anybody wants to be on my show. So something may come of that, something may not. But we shall see. Yes, it's difficult to think of new things to say, on this show when you're on your own without a guest, that haven't been said all previous times you were on your own without a guest. And I don't wear these clothes. I mean, I was dressed differently this morning. These are my show clothes. You had a name I thought I might like. A new name for the show? Tell me, Perk. Or a name of a channel I have to check out? Waits now for immediate response from audience. I think I know why I've only got 4 people watching, because Vids of Your Mom has gone back to vaping dope. This is my bling clothing, yes. And yesterday I was wearing my bling clothing as well, my velour jacket and polo neck and great coat. Yes, when I go out to places like Amsterdam, I like I like to look sharp. You're looking for the live stream. I was just imagining him there, sort of half stoned, like with his phone. Where's it gone? Where's it gone? It's probably the best way to be, actually, watching this. Recommended for watching. I should put. Like on tins of food, where they have serving suggestions for how to watch Simon NoChaNoma. You got a bagel. I had a bagel, my first ever bagel, when I did that live stream in Leuven. It's bread with a hole in it, isn't it? Hang on. Brad Warner. He's a Zen teacher who worked for a Japanese special effects company. He could go on and on about the old Godzilla movies and whatever. Fun guy. Yes, that's Zen, isn't it? Practicing and practicing and practicing and practicing and practicing until it becomes part of your body and movement and natural. And it's very Japanese. Yes, Ellen. Let's have a look. I can do this. I can show your comment. Have I got any vacation plans? Woohoo! Yes, I have. I booked it a couple of days ago. I booked my annual trip to my parents in the northwest of England in the Lake District. So I should be getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning on December the 21st. And my son will be driving, luckily, not me, will be driving to the Channel Tunnel in Calais in France. And then we'll have half an hour under the sea, followed by me driving to my friends in Stratford-upon-Avon, where we will go and meet her and her daughter and go out for a meal and drinks. And then my son and I will take turns driving all the way up to my parents in the Lake District. We shall arrive probably in the late afternoon, early evening, and be fed. Watch Simon NoChaNoma in your undies, high on weed, every Saturday at 8:30 p.m. GST. That's what my bot would say. and Warner Chappie Brad Warner is also a punk musician. I'm spending the Christmas in the UK. Yeah, I do that every year, and always come back on New Year's Eve, so that my sons can spend New Year with their mother and mother's family. Because in Belgium, I don't know about in Holland, but in Belgium, New Year is much more of a thing than Christmas. Like we were talking yesterday, I think in the pub about Sinterklaas and Christmas, and that I think Stuffer were talking about it, and that they were explaining that that Sinterklaas is more than, they do celebrate Christmas, but Sinterklaas is more than Christmas, and New Year is also a thing. What mistake? I didn't notice you making no mistakes, Ellen. There, it's all good. It's a nice yearly trip. Trip. I do it in summer as well, usually to get away from the heat here on the continent, because normally in the northwest of England, far northwest, just under Scotland, it's generally cooler in the summer, and which was the case this year. Here it was about 40 degrees, Japanese temperatures in Belgium. And we drove to England and to the Lake District, and it was an, I think that the warmest it got was about 21, and that was for one day. So it was very nice. It does get cold. It's starting to get cold now. My friend in Yamaguchi, Englandese, I was chatting with him just before the show, and he was asking the same. And it's here. It was about 6 degrees this morning, and about 9 degrees now. So proper autumn, chilly weather. Yeah, I mean, Japan says it's got 4 seasons, and that it only has like 2 with reasonable temperatures. Whereas here, generally speaking, when it gets to autumn and winter, it does get properly cold, and wet and miserable, just to make spring and summer seem all that much better. Yugen weather, yes, Yugen weather, indeed. I'm trying to remember desperately now what Yugen means, because I did a live stream all about it and can't remember what the hell it means. Giving away secrets. Simon NoChaNoma, Wikipedia Japan knowledge. Minus 16. Where the hell are you? Oh, Canada. Yeah. Well, yeah, Canada. Yeah. Friendly people, bonkers weather. Yeah. I've lost somebody. I'm sorry. Everybody's going. I've gone over time. So Simon, no rememberer. Oh yeah, it would be this probably. It went from -3 to -16. Well, I think I'm going to call it a day, folks. That was my review of my trip to Amsterdam. It was really nice to meet you, Ellen, if you're still there. And I think probably Tomo has gone to have a bath. Has gone as well. So Perk, Vitavi Mom, Nosh has let his fingers slip from his eyelids and has fallen asleep. Tomo has gone into a bath. Ellen is gearing up to go out and take photos, and and I will see you all hopefully next week, where it will be a mystery again as to what happens. You will probably see an advert at some point in the week with me announcing what will be happening. Tuna breath. Yes, indeed. Okay. Thank you, folks, for watching. Thank you, everybody who watches the replay. Please watch the replay on my new channel. And you all, too, have a good Sunday. And see you next week. Bye, folks. Yep, I'll talk to you next week.